My name is Rachel Carter, and I'm 47 years old. I'm a stay-at-home mom. While staring at my phone and sighing, I received a call from my sister, who is overseas on a business trip. Hello, Kate. You finally called. What have you been doing all this time?
What do you mean? I've been enjoying Hawaii with Jake. Thanks for taking care of my troublesome daughter.
What? Aren't you on a business trip? That's why you left Nina with me, right? My sister, Kate, lost her husband, a business owner, a few years ago. She lives with her daughter, Nina. Nina isn't Kate's biological daughter, but her late husband's. Kate took her in as her own.
Let me talk to her. Hey, Rachel. When I get back from my little affair trip, don't forget the divorce papers.
Jake, wait, why are you with Kate? A fair trip? I asked, confused, trying to make sense of the situation. Then, it all came back to me. Never mind, I'll ask when you two return.
Why? Wouldn't it hurt less to hear it without seeing our faces?
I'm at my niece's funeral right now. Can we do this later?
Oh, sorry. Wait, what?
So yeah, that's that.
Hold on. By niece, you mean Nina, right?
Who else could it be?
You mean she's dead?
Otherwise, why would we have a funeral? I could hear my sister gasp on the other end of the line.
Jake, give me the phone. Rachel, what do you mean Nina is dead?
She slipped on the stairs at the station after school and hit her head hard. She was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. My sister fell silent, and I could only hear her labored breathing. Why didn't you pick up the phone?
What?
I called you so many times. The funeral is almost over now.
Well, I was having a great time on the trip, so I thought I'd call back later.
Do you realize I'm the one taking care of your precious daughter, Nina? If I keep calling you, wouldn't you think something's wrong?
Don't get so angry. I get it, okay? I'll head back right now. Just tell me where the funeral is.
It takes about 9 hours to get here from Hawaii, right? You won't make it in time, so don't bother coming. I'll attend the funeral on your behalf. Enjoy your little affair trip in peace.
Wait, I'm her mother. Starting the funeral without me is unacceptable.
I couldn't reach you. What else was I supposed to do? I'll let your late husband's family know. I'll just tell them my sister is on an affair trip with my husband.
Rachel, are you trying to ruin me?
Rachel, don't do anything rash. I'm coming back immediately. Just stay put.
Well, what should I do? Anyway, bye now. I ignored their frantic voices and hung up. All right, let's see how they react to this. I smiled smugly, imagining them rushing to prepare for their return. 2 days later, my sister and her husband arrived home.
Rachel, where are you?
Stop shouting. You're bothering the neighbors. Seeing me come downstairs, both of them started shouting at once.
We tried calling my ex-husband's family, but they wouldn't pick up. It looks like they've blocked us. Did you tell them something?
Kate is Nina's mother. You have no right to keep her away from Nina.
And you, Kate, have no right to see Nina either.
What? I'm Nina's mother. Just tell me where she is.
The funeral was arranged by their family. The cremation is already done, and the ashes are with them.
Fine. Then I'll go there.
Go where?
To my ex-husband's family, obviously. I need to pay my respects.
Oh, so you do feel a little guilty, huh?
Why would I feel guilty? She just died while I was traveling, so it left a bad taste. Besides, I need to talk things over with his family.
Talk things over?
About Nina's inheritance.
Unbelievable. Your daughter just passed away, and you're already thinking about money?
These things need to be settled quickly.
Kate is Nina's mother. She's entitled to that inheritance. We won't let his family dictate things.
And why do you have anything to say about this, Jake? It's none of your business.
I'm marrying Kate, so it is my business.
Obsessing over a deceased person's money is disgraceful.
Think what you want. Let's go. We're going to see Nina.
Wait, I won't let you.
What?
First, we're going to have a talk about your affair.
Can't you see this isn't the time? Move aside.
The family was really upset that you didn't show up for the funeral. They said they won't let you see Nina.
Those people.
If you tell me why you cheated with Jake, I'll help smooth things over with his relatives. At my suggestion, my sister crossed her arms and reluctantly agreed.
After my husband died, I felt lonely and started going out drinking every night. I had plenty of inheritance money, so it was more than enough to have some fun.
You left Nina at home alone?
She's not a kid anymore. It's not a big deal.
15 is still a child, and she just lost her father. If you took her in, you should have been there for her.
Ugh, you're so annoying. She should be thanking me for taking her in at all. Anyway, while I was out partying, I saw something.
What?
I caught Jake cheating with another woman.
What? So my husband was cheating on someone else, even before he started with my sister. When I turned to him for an explanation, he avoided my gaze, looking down.
When I went to a fancy hotel bar with a younger guy, Jake was there too. He was with a young girl, looking all cozy together. Isn't that right, Jake?
Is that true?
Well, yeah.
I never thought I'd hear about my husband's affair from another mistress. I also started blaming myself for not realizing it sooner.
And then I got this little urge to mess with him. I said, "Why don't you cheat with me? If you refuse, I'll tell Rachel about this."
You blackmailed him?
Well, yeah, but Jake was into it too. He was super curious about the inheritance money I got. I think he was lured by the cash.
Why do you even need so much money? We're not rich, but we've never struggled to make ends meet. My husband had never been the type to openly show greed. He rarely ever expressed wanting anything. Yet now, sulking, he said,
Well, our kid is already working. So from now on, I just want to live a life where I'm pampered and don't have to be the breadwinner.
"And that's why you thought it was okay to cheat with my sister? Really?"
Jake and I had aligned interests.
Jake wanted money. What did you want, Kate? What was your goal?
That's simple.
She suddenly closed the distance between us, narrowing her eyes as she said,
To drag you down to rock bottom.
"Me?
Rachel, you've always been the capable one. You went through life without even getting scolded by our parents.
That's because you were so wild. You'd never come home when you got a boyfriend or even skip school."
No, Mom and Dad obviously favored you over me.
"I saw how you were, and I made sure I was the good one so I wouldn't cause them trouble."
That's what makes me mad. You've always been infuriating. You've always been a step ahead of me. Even when you married Jake, I thought he was just a dull, ordinary guy. But you look so happy.
It was then that I realized my sister had a complex about me. I had lived an average, uneventful life, but that seemed to bother her.
When I married my late husband, I finally thought I had beaten you. Maybe you had a happier life than me up until now, but from then on, I was going to be better than you.
So, you were competing with me on your own and felt like you had won?
What do you mean, felt like I won? I did win. But then my husband died, my income dried up, and I was left to live alone in misery. Suddenly, I was worse off than you.
I couldn't muster any sympathy for my sister, who had competed with me unilaterally, declared herself the winner, and was now crying over her self-inflicted loss. I was the one inconvenienced by being dragged into a competition I never agreed to. You say your income dried up, but your late husband's company hired you, didn't they? Isn't that enough?
I wanted a luxurious life where I didn't have to work. That's why I married him, even though he had baggage.
Baggage? Are you talking about Nina?
Who else would I mean?
Her dehumanizing words made my hands tremble. It was horrifying that my sister, someone I knew, could decide to marry for such calculating reasons, and my heart ached for Nina, who had been reduced to baggage. Didn't take Nina in out of love, even though you weren't related by blood? Didn't you feel like she was your daughter, because your ex-husband's family could have taken care of her instead? I forced myself to ask calmly, trying to steady my shaking hands from the anger surging within me. But my sister turned out to be far worse than I imagined.
Love her? Please, don't be ridiculous. Why would I love a child I didn't even give birth to?
Then why did you take her in?
Obviously, for the money.
Money.
They told me that if I took her in, they'd send me monthly child support. How could I say no to that, right?
But that money was meant for Nina, wasn't it? Not for you to spend lavishly. Didn't they say you'd have to use your salary for anything else?
Sure, but how would they know how I spend the money once it's deposited?
Don't tell me.
Nina was a really convenient child. Just by having her, I got a ton of money every month.
That child support was Nina's, not yours.
Well, I was the one who took her in, so I deserved it.
Why didn't your ex-husband's family find out about this? About what you were doing?
Because they trusted me. When I married my ex-husband, they even thanked me for marrying a man with baggage. I was such a good wife in their eyes.
So you were putting on a show for them.
Being the wife of a wealthy man made it easy. But there was this one time when Nina told them everything, and covering it up was such a hassle.
Nina did?
Yeah, but my acting skills got me through it. Still, I was sweating bullets at the time.
Do you enjoy suppressing a 15-year-old girl like that?
I just do what I want. But now, if Nina's gone, the child support won't come anymore, will it?
You're worried about money?
Of course I am. I was counting on that money until she graduated from college. But now she's gone. My plans are ruined.
I feel the same way. There's still so much I wanted to get.
Jake said nonchalantly, his tone light, unlike my sister, who was sweating and avoiding eye contact. Kate, what's wrong? Snapping out of her daze, she glared at me with hatred in her eyes and spat out.
It's all her fault. She should have paid me back properly for taking her in before dying. My husband's inheritance is almost gone too.
How could you say something so awful?
It's only natural for Kate to think that way. Nina was an ungrateful daughter.
Jake, joining Kate in bad-mouthing Nina. I couldn't stand breathing the same air as these heartless people any longer. Enough. I've had enough. I muttered, my voice trembling, and both Kate and Jake looked at me puzzled. I've already told his family about your affair.
You told them? Wait, weren't you keeping quiet about it?
I told them everything the day you called from Hawaii. I told them I finally got in touch with you, who had lied about a business trip and gone to Hawaii with my husband.
No, no way.
Then they told me their company doesn't even have overseas business trips. Your lie was exposed, Kate.
Why would you say something unnecessary like that?
Unnecessary. What's unnecessary about it? A mother missing her own daughter's funeral. How is that unnecessary?
Because I was on a trip. I could have said my phone battery died or I couldn't take calls. There were plenty of excuses you could have made up for me.
Why should I cover for you? After you cheated on me? Don't be ridiculous.
But you know my job depends on his company, right? If the affair gets out, I'll get fired.
That's your own fault. Just accept it and start looking for another job. Though I doubt any company would offer the kind of salary that lets you live the high life, especially given your spotty work history.
I could find a job if I really wanted to.
Could you? I think it'd be tough. Kate clearly had no idea how difficult it would be to find employment at her age.
What? What should I do?
You'll just have to live within your means from now on. It might be hard for you after tasting luxury, but that's how most people live. Find a part-time job or something and make do with what you earn.
But
Even with my advice, Kate kept trembling. Was there another problem I didn't know about? How hard could it be?
there's a payment I was planning to make with Nina's child support.
A payment? Wait, are you in debt?
I used my credit card for shopping, and I've been paying it off with Nina's support money. But now that it's gone, how am I supposed to pay it?
How much debt are you talking about? Show me. I held out my hand, and Kate reluctantly pulled out her phone to show me her records. This much, and it's not just one card. You've maxed out 5?
I kept maxing out one card, so I'd open another when they froze the old one.
Credit card companies don't usually approve new cards if you're behind on payments.
I use companies with loose credit requirements.
I can't believe this. So every time Nina's money came in, you'd pay off some debt and then rack it back up shopping again? That's a never-ending cycle. Kate bit her lip and looked down, at a loss for words.
If you lose your job, there's no way you'll be able to pay it off. That's why I didn't want you to say anything. What am I going to do now?
Panicking, Kate started pacing the living room like a caged animal. Kate, calm down.
How am I supposed to stay calm? Wait, I've got it.
Huh?
If I can't get in touch with them, I'll just go to their house directly. If I make a scene outside, they'll have to let me in.
Kate, that's going too far.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. I've already decided. I'll meet them in person and tell them it was all just my crazy sister's joke.
You think they'll believe that?
I've been the perfect daughter-in-law so far, haven't I? Making you look like a lunatic will be a piece of cake for me.
Well, go ahead and try.
You sound pretty confident. Fine, I'm heading out now.
You can't do that.
What?
A voice came from the stairs. Turning around, we saw Nina descending from the second floor.
Nina?
Did you enjoy your trip, Mom?
Didn't you fall down the stairs and die? Are you a ghost?
Don't be stupid. I have legs, don't I? I'm alive.
Wait, so the funeral Rachel mentioned,
It was a lie. All of it.
a lie?
Kate and my husband stared at Nina, who casually descended the stairs, unable to believe what was happening. Standing in front of them, Nina grinned and said,
It was all a lie to expose the real you, Mom.
What are you talking about? Explain yourself.
Kate looked flustered, unsure whether to direct her anger at me or Nina. When Nina came to me, she told me everything about you cheating with Jake and about how you were misusing her child support money.
You mean you already knew everything I just explained?
When I nodded, Kate, unable to hold herself up, leaned against the dining table. Like you said earlier, Kate, you had a great reputation with the family. That's why, even when Nina tried to report what you were doing, you managed to cover it up and make them believe you.
So I asked Rachel for help.
That's awful, Kate. Nina said she wanted to attend a private high school, but you wouldn't let her because it would cut into your spending money. Isn't that right?
That's not true. I'm her mother. I made the decision based on her grades.
My grades were good enough for private school. Even my teacher said I had a high chance of getting in.
Tears welled up in Nina's eyes as she recalled the past. She had the ability to pursue her goals, but the adults controlling her life had snatched that chance away. You just wanted to save money by sending her to a public school, didn't you? So you could pay off your credit card debt, right?
That's not true.
Then what is? Based on everything you've said so far, it seems like that's exactly what happened.
I told my paternal grandparents about the private school I wanted to attend and how my grades were good enough. But Mom made a fake report card and claimed I wasn't smart enough to get in.
Unbelievable.
I kept saying the report card was fake, but no one believed me because I was just a middle schooler. Mom even took the real one, so I couldn't prove it. I just wanted to escape this life.
That's why Nina came to me for help. I wrapped my arm around Nina's shoulders and glared at Kate, who seemed furious about our setup. She slammed her fists on the table repeatedly in frustration. Stop it! You're damaging the table. Don't trash someone else's house.
Are you enjoying messing with me?
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, after Nina came to me for help, she fell down the stairs at the station.
Wait, so the part about her being taken to the hospital is true?
It is. She had a checkup at the hospital, but since there were no serious issues, she was discharged the next day.
Nina, are you okay?
Kate tried to act motherly, reaching out to pat Nina's head, but Nina forcefully pushed her hand away.
Oh, so now you're pretending to care. What? Because you think you'll start getting the child support again now that I'm alive?
No, Nina, I didn't mean it like that.
Don't act like my mother. While I was in the hospital, I asked Rachel for help.
We tried to see how you'd react if we called you while you were on your trip. That was part of the plan.
Mom, you played your part perfectly. I never thought you'd spill everything so cleanly.
Wait, Nina, all of this?
Has been recorded. Rachel recorded everything.
I pulled my phone out of my pocket and showed Kate and Jake the recording screen. When Nina fell down the stairs, I contacted her paternal relatives. They were surprised that I was the one taking care of her. I explained everything Nina had told me, that you'd been deceiving them to get the child support money. And I promised to send proof later.
No, it's over. It's all over.
My grandparents were devastated. They said they felt betrayed by you. They trusted and apologized for doubting me. They even asked me to help gather solid evidence to hold you accountable. And that's how we got to this point. Mom, it's over.
It's not over yet. Hand over the recording you made.
Kate, unwilling to give up, stumbled toward me and tried to snatch the phone out of my hand.
Give it to me now. I got it. And deleted the recording. Evidence destroyed.
Looking triumphant, Kate sat down on the couch with a smug grin.
Are you stupid?
What?
Did you really think I wouldn't record it on another device, just in case?
Nina waved her own phone, smiling confidently.
That phone.
You didn't notice? My phone's been in the living room the whole time. While you were busy snatching Rachel's phone, I picked mine back up.
Give me that too. Don't you listen to your mother?
Too bad. I already sent the data to my grandparents. Oh, look, they've already read it. No way to unsend it now.
You insolent little brat.
Maybe you shouldn't have been stealing money from your kid in the first place.
Now that the evidence was in her in-laws' hands, Kate had no way to recover. Defeated, she stood up from the couch and staggered like a drunk. Where are you going?
Home.
We're not done talking. Come back. Looking pale, Kate returned without resistance, seeming to have no fight left in her. First, Jake.
Yes.
Jake straightened his back nervously, trembling as I addressed him. I've already submitted the divorce papers.
What? Wait. You found that?
I found the divorce papers you'd already signed while organizing the cabinet during your Hawaii trip. You'd said we'd divorce when you got back, so I figured I'd go ahead and file them.
That's way too fast. So, we're not married anymore?
Exactly.
This can't happen. I've already decided to leave Kate. That means there's no reason for us to divorce.
There are plenty of reasons. You think I'll stay married to you just because you won't marry Kate? Don't make me laugh. Stop insulting me.
I'm not insulting you. I made a mistake. I was blinded by money and hurt you. Let's start over.
Even if you think things could go back to normal, for me, it'd just be a patched-up relationship. I'd rather move on cleanly to the next stage of my life. So, no, I won't take you back.
Please, Rachel. I get that you can't forgive me now. But let's sit down and talk this over again, okay?
I've thought about this thoroughly while you were away. My decision is firm. I'll also be claiming alimony, so prepare yourself.
Alimony? How much are we talking about?
About $30,000, I'd say.
$30,000?
You'll pay it all at once. If you don't, I'll go straight to your parents.
Please, not that.
Jake's family is incredibly strict. If they found out he had an affair, there's no telling what would happen. And to make matters worse, divorcing because of an affair with his wife's sister, which is his sister-in-law, that would be grounds for disownment. Knowing this, Jake was desperate to avoid it.
Please, just don't tell my family.
Then you'd better pay the lump sum. You've saved up that much, haven't you?
Well, I do have the money, but
But what?
I've only got about $30,000 left.
Don't tell me you spent it in Hawaii?
I mean, Kate said we'd split Nina's inheritance, so I figured it was fine.
Wow, you're officially the worst. Never show your face to me again. I'll handle the alimony through a lawyer.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, don't say we'll never see each other again.
Denied. Jake collapsed to the floor, begging for forgiveness. Now, Kate, your turn.
Nina, I was wrong. I'll confess everything to your grandparents myself. Please, give me another chance to be your mom. I'll do whatever you want from now on.
Kate apologized to Nina deeply. Seeing an adult groveling before her, Nina instinctively stepped back in surprise. Nina, make your decision as you see fit. You don't need to feel sorry for her.
Got it.
Nina crouched down and leaned toward Kate.
Mom, I'm going to live with my father's family. This is goodbye. Don't ever come to see me again.
Wait, Nina. Are you abandoning your mother?
How many times do I have to say this? You're not my mother. Enjoy struggling with your debt.
No.
The living room echoed with the pitiful cries of Kate, trapped in her mountain of debt, and Jake, still whining about not wanting a divorce. All right, let's go. I loaded Nina into the car, along with Kate and Jake, to not only deliver Nina to her new home, but also to make them apologize to the rest of the family. Afterward, Nina was safely taken in by her paternal family and is now living a happy life. She sends me emails now and then to update me on how she's doing. Jake moved out of the house, and during that time, I changed the locks on the front door. I made sure there was no way he could get back inside. With the lump sum alimony paid, his savings are now practically zero. I warmly wished him luck surviving on what little he had left. Kate, on the other hand, is being forced by the family to repay all the child support money she misused over the years. On top of that, she owes me alimony and is drowning in credit card debt. She even called me the other day.
Rachel, do you know where Jake is?
Apparently, she had spent a significant amount of money on him while they were together and now wants it back. But I genuinely don't know where he is. When I told her that, she hung up in a half-crazed fit. Even if she finds him, Jake's completely broke, so there's nothing left to collect. Rachel is cornered, scrambling for money with no way out. As for me, I've decided to sell this house and move back to my hometown. My parents have been wanting to live with me, so it works out perfectly. I plan to enjoy a quiet life over there,